People often say, oh, you know, you don't bond as well because, you haven't given birth and the baby's not given to you. I had a natural birth with Jack, and yet I was so worn out. I mean, I had to have ventouse in the end to kind of pull him out at the end. He got a bit stuck. That I just, all those lovely things you see in films where they hand you the baby. I was literally like that.
Just wanting some food.
I just, it's like, it's out. It's a boy, great.
Well, having five, so, I've experienced quite a lot having five. So obviously, Harvey was natural. Trust me, him to be the biggest and me natural, but it doesn't say that much, honestly. But yeah, and he was 2 weeks late, so they had to break my waters, which is painful, you know what it is. Yeah. And then, like, with Junior, I had to have caesarean with him. See, I disagree in a way when you said you didn't get affected, because I got postnatal depression with Junior. And obviously I've had 4 C-sections. The only way I could see it different is when you have natural, they put him on you straight away. Whereas with Junior, they sort of take him off, the nurses have got him, and then they hand him to the dad, and then you're sort of last to do it. I don't know, I just think it's weird.
So
and
you felt
was that down to the individual staff, though? Because my daughter was put straight.
Yeah, I don't know.
Was there an issue with Junior? Was he premature, or...?
2 weeks, but then I get mixed up with their names. Princess. That went all well, and it was all planned the same. Because I think when you plan it, it is different. Because you're excited, you know you're going in, you know what time your slot is. But then when I had Jet, my waters broke in France, so it was a completely different experience again. They literally took the baby away, and I didn't see him to the evening. Didn't even hold him.
You mentioned that about... I mean, there is some research, it's a little while ago now, but saying that they do believe there is some link with some women if you've had to have an emergency caesarean particularly.
I definitely believe
and postnatal depression. 48% they said are more likely to experience.
It doesn't need to, because they do this sort of thing where they go have a birth plan, and so you have this rigid plan of how things are supposed to be, and then when you don't achieve that, it makes you feel like a failure, maybe.
Also, I suppose when you plan a caesarean, my sister had 2 emergency caesareans, really wanted to give birth naturally, and she did feel really distant from her child at the beginning stages because she couldn't lift anything. You can't feed them as easily, and it is it's an operation at the end of the day.
But it's nice to be weighted though when you get home because you can't do anything.
But I think when it's an emergency, there's that fear.
Yeah,
and it all happens so quickly.
Yeah, I remember her running down the corridor. They were stripping her off, putting the gown on, getting her on the bed, and it wasn't, hello, I'm here to have my baby caesarean.
Which suggests it might also have been slightly harder operation because they weren't expecting it to happen.
But I got postnatal depression and I gave birth naturally, so I think it just completely depends. And this woman, like you said, obviously needs to get a different job.
Yeah.
But I still want more. Even though I've had 4 caesareans, well, I've got 5 kids, I've had 4 caesareans.
Well, I thought, because a friend of mine had 4 caesareans, and her doctor said to her, you can't have any more caesareans after 4.
My doctor said I can.
Do you want Find another doctor.
I do want more children, but as I'm not meaning this horrible. This is just me personally. I'm lucky that I've had 5 children. There's women out there who can't have kids and want them. But it's weird, because with me, I don't want the doctor telling me I can't have kids. It's like I need to make that decision. It would kill me if they said I can't have any more.
So how many do you want?
I'd like another 3 at least.
Can you do that?
Definitely.
Can you do that after 4 caesareans, though?
Well, I heard after 3, you're like, quite touch and go. I've had 4.
Because you have a natural birth, so if you've had
1 natural, you can't have natural again after, apparently.
After caesarean?
No,
like, do it
Bunny, I wanted to do natural, but
what are you doing for the next 9 months?
I'll have it for you.
Would you be a surrogate?
Well, I always said I wanted another one, but I'm too old now, but, maybe I could, hand it over to you. No. No.
There's other ways. There's definitely other ways.
But no, seriously, I do want more, but it'll probably be more of a risk because it'll be my 5th caesarean, they'll have to watch me. But I'm not having any yet, but I will.
So 4 more.